What's going on, ladies and gents, boys and girls, guardians of all ages, Joker back again, once again, and today, people, today, we are talking about weapon crafting. Now, some of you may be wondering where my first impressions video or full-on review is. They're in the works, but for a sneak review without any spoilers, if you follow me on Twitter, you'll know that I think Witch Queen is not just the best DLC Destiny 2 has ever had, but the best narrative Destiny as a franchise has ever had. Witch Queen's launch was probably the smoothest in a long time, given that 1 million people pre-ordered this DLC, and while there are flaws, they're minor, and the overall experience is absolutely delightful. But back to weapon crafting, something that I think is a little more important given that people are still on the fence about the game or are picking it up this weekend, so this is something that they might want to know about going in. So as some of you might remember, on February 3rd, 2022, Bungie released a TWAB explaining the weapon crafting system. In it, they state, quote, "After reaching the Enclave and crafting your first glaive, randomly rolled weapons throughout the game have a chance to drop with a new ability, Deep Sight Resonance. This will be used as you begin to target specific traits to craft them. As an example, if you find a Deep Sight Resonance legendary auto rifle with the Rampage perk, you can complete an objective and extract the essence of the perk to then craft a weapon with Rampage or another perk that increases damage." That is not how the crafting system works. At all. Not even close. The only thing accurate in that paragraph is the first sentence. After reaching the Enclave and crafting your first glaive, randomly rolled weapons throughout the game have a chance to drop with a new ability, Deep Sight Resonance. That's it. Everything after that is not in the game. I'm going to chalk that up to the ever-shifting iterative process that is game development. So Bungie was rather conservative when it came to the launch of weapon crafting. There's actually not a lot here. Even with the addition of the raid weapons, there's not going to be a lot, and honestly, that's fine. The last thing that we want is weapon crafting and power creep to make years of grinding your weapons after having your weapon sunset worthless again. To craft a weapon, you go to the Enclave and seek out the relic Resonance Engine. Go to Shape and choose from any of the weapon patterns that you have unlocked. You then pick your basic intrinsic perk, which is more like a masterwork as you level up your weapon. You go down the line of barrels and magazines and traits. You may notice when looking at the barrels and traits and magazines that you have to level up the weapon to unlock them. Well, if things worked as Bungie described in their TWAB, you would have to get a weapon to drop with Encore and Deep Sight Resonance, then use it to extract Encore, and then you'd be able to craft a weapon with Encore. Thankfully, that's not how the system works. Throughout your playing of Destiny 2, you will come across weapons with Deep Sight Resonance. When you scroll over the weapon bounty, they have 2 rewards, containing the materials required for weapon crafting. That's all you extract from these weapons. You do not extract the perks, like Rampage or Kill Clip. Every weapon has a level. These levels increase via weapon kills or activity completions, same as the Deep Sight Resonance weapon bounties. As you level up your crafted weapon, the process of leveling unlocks the perks that you have access to. So say you want to craft this shotgun with a full choke, accurized rounds, enhanced deadly hand, and enhanced adrenaline junkie. And to be clear, this is not the god roll, these are just the last perks that you unlock, so first you need the blueprint to whatever weapon you want to craft. Some are tied to RNG, some are tied to a quest. You would then go into the crafting system and craft a basic shotgun. The shotgun will have basic perks, like smooth bore or small bore, extended mag or steady rounds, dual loader, or subsistence, and thresh or demolitionist. Once you have crafted this basic shotgun, you then need to level it up. This can be achieved a number of ways through activity completion or just killing enemies. Once you have leveled your newly crafted shotgun to level 16, then the fun begins. You take your weapon back to the Enclave, go to the crafting table, and select Reshape. You then go in and mix and match perks to your heart's content, but be aware of the weapon crafting cost. Now this is where we come to a point of pain with the weapon crafting system. One, you can't really see what's available on a weapon until you've unlocked its blueprint. That's not that really big of a deal, but it is something that people should be aware of, and you can go to resources like light.gg to look up specific weapons and perks before you invest your time or worry about getting something that may not be that good. And if I'm to be entirely honest, there's not a lot here that I'm overly excited to craft, at least right now. As I said earlier, Bungie was extremely conservative on their first outing with weapon crafting in regards to what's available, not just in terms of weapons, but in terms of the perks on those weapons as well. And to be clear, a lot of these weapons look just okay in comparison to what came before, but if you can't wait and you just absolutely find yourself drowning in crafting materials, and you need to craft something, well, the Peace of Mind Pulse Rifle from the season is not bad. The Forensic Nightmare SMG is no multi-mock, nor is it Shire's Wrath, but if you don't have either one of those, you could do worse. The Pointed Inquiry Witch-Queen Scout Rifle looks good. The Thoughtless Inquiry Sniper Rifle might be good, depending entirely on its scope. But personally, I'm not going to waste my time or resources on any of those except for maybe the Scout Rifle. However, the Osteostriga, which you can craft, is an absolute monster. It's probably one of, if not the best ad clear weapons in the game. And of course, the various glaives are fun. And yeah, that is about it. At least until the raid weapons are updated. That's weapon crafting in a nutshell. I don't know whether to be impressed with Bungie's choice to be extremely selective with how they went about introducing weapon crafting, or disappointed that they didn't just blow open the gates. Probably a complex mixture of both. What's here currently isn't anything that's going to set the world on fire. There's nothing that's going to replace my Eye of Selûne anytime soon. My recommendations: do your weapon bounties, hoard your materials, craft the 1 or 2 things that might be valuable to your toolkit along with the quest weapons and exotics. But hey, those are just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments below. Remember to like, but only if you did. Subscribe for more. Feel free to donate to my Patreon if you're feeling particularly generous, but above all else, stay frosty.